DoubleTake Diaries. What's going on with you? What's going on with you? What's going on with you? Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back to another episode of DoubleTake Diaries. You already know who it is. It's Sinz. Yeah. And I'm so blessed, so honored, and so happy to be back here with y'all on the couch. Man, you already know what I'm going to say. There is a lot to get into, okay? And we're going to get into what we can with the short amount of time that we have here together. But let's start right here. People are nosy. Man, the internet has officially gone crazy over GLORILLA'S new nose. Now, the young rapper recently had some work done on her nose, and she posted a video from the studio, which I believe she knew people was gonna go crazy. She knew everybody was gonna have a lot to say or something to say about her new look. So it ain't no rumor, it's real. This is her nose. She confirms it herself in the video that she did from the studio. And from the sounds of it, she loves it. Obviously she would have to, because she got it done. She got her nose done. Now, a lot of people have a lot of different things to say about her new look. And a lot of it is people are not really feeling it from the sounds of it. Of course there are mixed opinions about it. Like, some people obviously support her and are fans of her and pretty much are just gonna ride with her no matter what she does. So, and there are other people who are fans of her as well, but you know, they're not feeling the new looks. She hilariously leans into the nose job and she jokes amid all the backlash that she's getting, man. Social media users they've been harsh on her this week, after she confirmed that she got, you know, the new work done. Of course her fans notice the slight, you know, change in her look. I wouldn't say slight. It's noticeably different, man. And when she had posted a video, she put the smirk emoji on it, like, and wow, I mean, people really do have mixed reactions about it. I just feel like, for me, just speaking for myself, I know when we look at sisters who get work done, right? There's this fine line between wanting to make yourself quote unquote better, and then this fine line of just really, we have to have a conversation about self-hate, and what the industry's idea of, you know, Black beauty is, because it's a conversation, I think, that's not had often enough. It's a very sensitive conversation, but it's a conversation that is necessary, because when we look at a lot of our sisters in the industry, we understand that the pressures they're faced with are far different than the pressures of any other woman from any other ethnic background or race. So there's a common theme in how the sisters look. You know what I mean? Hair that doesn't look like their natural hair. You know, surgeries that, you know, are giving them straighter noses. And so, like, why do Black women feel the need to look like a European woman? Why is that the only definition of beauty that we see in the industry? Who's setting the standard? And we could talk about all these people. We could talk about Kim K, you know, who has a huge influence on the beauty market and how young girls see themselves. We could talk about so many different people. We could talk about, you know, the powers that be that are, are only putting a certain kind of woman in the forefront, or only certain women are getting certain opportunities because of the way that they look. It's a very, it's a touchy, it's a touchy topic. I feel like it was only a matter of time with her ascension and her, just her growing popularity before, you would start seeing things where, she would start getting work done. I mean, when she came in the game initially, Glow did her teeth, which I feel like if your smile is something that you're insecure about, absolutely go get your teeth done. Glow is, she's gotten other surgeries, on her chest, and now adding the nose job, and I feel like, for me personally, it definitely is leaning a little more on the self-hatred side of things, because there's definitely a message being communicated to our sisters, even sometimes, a lot of times, by the brothers too, that if your nose is too flat or too broad, it's not considered beautiful. Or if your hair is too curly, too coily, too black, quote unquote, then it's not beautiful. Or men aren't looking at you the same way, or you're not getting the same opportunities. So I mean, at the end of the day, Glorilla's gonna do what she wanna do for herself. And at the end of the day, ultimately it's her life. So it doesn't matter what people think, say, or feel. Salute to her. We love everything that she's doing right now in music. We love her ascension. We love to see our young sisters rise and win and build. So continue to build, Glow, and tell these nosy ass mother to stay out your business. Man, man, man. I don't know what's going on with the YNs out here these days. Whew. The YNs out here these days is crazy. I don't know. The temperament is, they're implosive. There's a lot of reactivity. No thinking. No thought. Like they ready to shoot something up. Rod Wave allegedly wet up his girl's car 14 times. I'm not entirely sure what happened behind the situation. I know he bought her the car, so I don't know why you gonna spend that bag on the G-Waggy and then you go turn around and shoot up the G-Waggy. Is crazy, but he's facing more than a dozen charges involving gun after he turned himself into the sheriff's officials in Georgia on Tuesday. He's out on a $50,000 bail. Oh, he has about 14 charges. He's out on bail. That was already crazy to me. I know he hella rich though, and he hella popular, and he probably got a team of lawyers behind him that he pays to keep him out of jail. And on top of it, I feel like when if it's some kind of violence directed toward another black person, they really much don't really care. They're saying, I'm not entirely sure what happened between him and his girl, but clearly it did, something happened. Like, there's so much speculation. I remember when he got with the girl that he was with, a lot of people were saying, man, a girl that looked like that would never date someone that looked like you. If you didn't have money, she would never mess with you. And people are speculating and saying all these things, right? Because he a big boy. He's not bad looking, but he a big boy. And I mean, historically, people are gonna say, because they're ignorant, if a girl that's pretty, if she's bad, she would never be with someone like you. And I'd like to think that regardless of how he looks, there's some confidence there. But I mean, he's still human, and I feel like every single human battles with some form of insecurities. I'm not sure if that has anything to do with what's happened here with him and his girl. I just think it's tragic. I think I don't know. I'm not entirely sure what would have led him to this. It does say that he was a victim of burglary. I'm not sure how true this is, or who's involved or who's not involved. I just hate to see it, man. I hate to see I hate to see the YNs go through, you know, just the drama and the chaos. So prayers up for him, prayers up for his girl, if they are still together. I'm not sure. I'm sure as the story unfolds, we'll know more, right? But man, it's scary. It's crazy out here. Dot your I's and cross your T's. You already know what you already know. I'm gonna tell you every single time. And last but not least, I don't know. I don't know what's happening. We're having a black love. No, I'm just kidding. Remy Ma versus Papoose. Man, I think this is something that a lot of people say. This is a bitter breakup or a bitter divorce, whatever you want to call it. That a lot of people will say they never seen coming, because Remy Ma and Papoose put on this. I don't want to call it a front. I don't know how much of it is real, because in hearing a lot of the things they're both saying going back and forth as of recently, seems like a lot of it was fake for a really long time, to really pull the wool over y'all eyes. And so, as you know, Remy cheated on Pap. It was all in the media, etc., with this cornball looking dude called Easy the Captain, or I don't even know. He's some battle rapper. Easy to Block Captain or something. He looked like a real broke down version of Papoose. I don't know why do people do that? Why when you cheat on your partner, you always cheat with someone that looked like a worse version of your partner? Like Tiger Woods, like you cheated on your wife with a blonde chick that looked like a less bad version of your wife. Like it just, I don't know what the psychological thing is with humans. I know it just don't make no sense to me. So anyway, she ended up cheating on Pap with this dodo. Pap ended up running into him and sleeping him, knocking him out, sending him Betty by, sent that man to the Lord. No, I'm just kidding. Sent that man to catch some Z's quick. And from there, the situation has escalated thus far. Papoose and Remy Ma in present day are getting a divorce. Papoose has said some things online. He did a whole video. I'm sure y'all have seen it. You can go online and check it out. But he said some things that are interesting to me. One, how he was bringing Remy 40 pounds of food when she was locked up every week. Damn. 40 pounds of food every week when she was locked up. He also mentioned that she can't keep her legs closed. That was one of the issues in their relationship. She could not keep her legs closed. That is wild. That's the mother of your child. And you said that publicly. But I'll just how I feel about that, and the character that Pap says he stands on. He says she's never with her kid. I can neither confirm or deny that. Says she's never with her kid. Says the reason why he's addressing these things now in the public is because she started bringing up his children. Now I know Pap has children outside of his relationship with him and Remy Ma, and I believe they were co-parenting all of these children together. I'm not sure what was said. We know Pap is currently dating Clarissa Shields, the boxer, the heavyweight champion in multiple divisions. We know Clarissa has been respectful and hasn't really spoke on their relationship, and has specifically said, keep me out of it. Whatever's going on between the two of them, they need to figure out what's going on with the two of them. But it has since then escalated, because Remy to me just seems very bitter and angry. But Pap said everything from, he felt like she was being, what did he say? He felt like Easy Block the Captain has some, I don't even know, some videos, some pictures on Ram that would make her look bad in the media, and he was blackmailing her with, I don't even know this. I don't know the situation. I don't know how true that is. Apparently, per Rem, they have not been together since 2022. They haven't slept in the same bed since 2022. Remy's really framing it like, I've been over this dude. I've been over this nerd. She's been framing it like, I'm the one that's been the breadwinner. I've been taking care of this dude. He been living off me, saying he never had no career. Pap saying he wrote all Remy's raps. He could type in any bar from any rap after she got out of jail, and the note will pop up in his phone. Man, it's just it's a lot to unpack. And it's unfortunate because there are children in the middle of all of this egotism and this insecurity and this hurt and heartbreak. And that's just what it is. You're looking at two people who at one time really cared for each other, probably thought they'd be together forever, started building a family together, built businesses together, and and each of their inner demons are conflicting with one another. I can't confirm nor deny any of the things being said by either of these two individuals. I just think if you look historically how both of them have showed up, you feel me? I feel like Papoose was always the dude known for, being thorough, standing 10 toes down, being supportive, being in Remy's corner. Anybody that's going to bring you 40 pounds of food for 10 years every week to make sure you straight, I feel like he deserved like a round of applause. He should pat himself on the shoulder. Like, I feel like his loyalty, people know him for being loyal, for being supportive. I know Pat wasn't the most commercially known rapper, but I know that he has a cult following. I know that he does his thing and has done his thing. I know he made claims that, she's making claims that he's broke, he don't have no money, this, that, and the third, but he's saying he been getting money through other ventures. Clarissa has also, spoke to the fact that since she started, dating Pap, that he's also made her some new bags and things like that. So I don't know what Clarissa would have to gain from going back and forth with Remy or for lying for Pap, because to me, she was in a great position prior to being with Pap. She kind of just inherited this new beef and this situation. I think Remy really is angry. She's doing videos, she's claiming that she's not angry, but she really is angry. You can hear it in her tone. You can hear it in these lives where she feels like she has to address every single person that comments something she doesn't agree with. I think Remy has done her time for this, but ultimately she went to jail because she shot her best friend in the face for robbing her. Now, I'm not saying like if someone robs you and you close with them that you don't deal with the situation accordingly, but if your first instinct is to pull a gun on that person, someone you call the best friend, and shoot them in the face, I think it speaks a lot to someone's character. Some of the things that Pap says stood out to me is how she doesn't mess with her family. She's not connected with her family in no capacity. And he says they're all good people. He sees them like family, so she don't know why they don't mess with her. I think that is telling, but it does depend. Is her family was they always there trying to drain her for something and it put a strain on the relationship between her and them? Or was she really just like, I came up and I don't mess with y'all no more? It's hard to pinpoint a lot of what's going on. But I hope they can find some sort of peaceful resolution, and go their separate ways, because there's children involved. And on top of it, man, historically, the black man and the black woman have always been pitted against each other from slavery. That's where it begins. That's where the inception of the black woman versus the black man comes into, fruition in this physical realm, is through slavery. And so when I see these instances happen, when I see, a black woman going at war with her man or with her ex or whatever, I'm never with it. I'm not saying you have to stay together. I'm saying there has to be a more respectful way for us to be able to communicate with each other, even if we disagree with one another, man. So at the end of the day, man, protect your babies, man. And I feel like if you can't control your ego enough to be able to split amicably and respectfully, knowing that you have children that can go online and are seeing and hearing all these things, I think it says a lot about think it says a lot about you. But man, it's prayers up for them regardless. It's prayers up for them regardless, man. And with that being said, remember to dot your I's and cross your T's, cause man, ain't no love in these streets. Thank y'all so much for tuning in to another episode of Double Take Diaries. You already know who it is. It's Sinz. Yeah. And we out.